Welcome, welcome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this club. This is a sisterhood, basically, supporting one another. It's a safe space for all of us to grow and help each other. And this morning, we are so grateful to have Ezra Cheng, who will be presenting on how to build a powerful online presence. We all need his information. So thank you so much, Ezra, and thank you to all of you who are here. So with that, Ezra, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you get here and this particular topic.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. And good morning, Rinny. And I am a brand consultant and I'm based in Los Angeles. And I heard about the coffee club through my friend Carol Cretella. We were in a business program together, and Carol was kind enough to introduce me to Rinny. And that's kind of how I started here. And um, I'm the newbie in the group, so definitely honored to be speaking with you. And I really love being with women who are in this room, women who've had experiences, women who have gone through a certain journey and have a gift to share, because really that's who helped me in my awakening journey. Just someone sitting in a living room breaking down my life for 3 hours and then putting me on the couch to do a clearing or giving me an astrology reading. It's women like you that have kind of put me on the path. And so I'm really privileged to be speaking with you today. And I know because you do have these special gifts that that one of the first things I thought when I started to work with solopreneurs, coaches, healers, therapists is who's seeing these people? Who knows about this? You know, other than referrals, like I'm not going to run into a Facebook ad, or necessarily go to Tony Robbins to get this information. So who knows about these people? And I know, being in the same boat as a small business owner, right? We want to be seen. We want to make that bigger impact. We want to attract the clients that we are soulmate clients for us. And we want to stand out, right? Even in this group, we want to stand out. There's so many coaches and healers in here, right? Does that sound like the boat that you're in, wanting to stand out, wanting to be seen and heard?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And let me just start my little presentation. So, definitely what I want to talk about today is creating a powerful online presence. And um, the beauty of this, can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Um, the beauty of that is that um, you're already doing it, whether you know it or not, or like it or not. When you put yourself out there, that automatically becomes your personal brand. And I've been branding myself kind of on a fluke. My first branding job was with Tracy Anderson Method, which today is a boutique fitness brand that is backed by Gwyneth Paltrow. And back then, we all thought of fitness as, being a gym rat and being fit and strong. But what Tracy was talking about was fitness as beauty. So I love turning in ideas in on its head and bringing new ideas forward, because now every day we walk down the block and there's barre, there's Pilates, fitness is beauty, right? Um, and I've been privileged to work in a nonprofit career where I branded multi-million dollar projects that garnered, hundreds of thousands in donations. And I started to work with clients one-on-one, with the people that were helping me on my journey. And what I realized was that what I was doing you know, bringing their vision to life, bringing the best possible version of themselves, articulating in a way that other people would see, was I was getting them what I call Oprah ready. Are you Oprah ready? So some of you are like, well, I'm never going to be on Oprah. I don't know, you know? But if it doesn't matter, because whether you're delivering a talk for 5 women on a couch or 5,000, I believe that your story, everything that you went through to get here, the divorce, the training, raising kids, the certifications, education, everything, all those years deserves that kind of presence. And, it's such a special magic to be able to see that, right away. When I look at Women's Coffee Club, or if I look at your website, or if I look at your social media, I need to feel that journey almost immediately. And I would also say that, it's 2024. Like, this is just the way it's done. You need some kind of online presence. And yeah, I think that's totally true. Like, I have a friend who does community work in here in Los Angeles in a very small space. And he just met a board member of NPR who could really put his project on the map. And what did he say? Oh, I need a new website. I need a new social media newsletter. And that was the same conclusion that my friend and mentor, who rakes in $4 million every year, is saying about her business, because she wants to go Oprah ready. Oh gosh, I need a new website. I need to tweak my, social media. So this is a really important question. Can people really see you? Do they feel your essence? And is that you up there, or are you hiding behind a picture, or hiding behind a gimmick, or something somebody told you to say? Those are all really important questions. So, are you ready for that? Are you ready to
Yeah,
be
yeah, we
Oprah
are.
ready?
So, but Ezra, before you continue, Carol has to leave at 7:55. I know she has a website you wanted to review, and you had mentioned earlier that you may go over, um, the 8 o'clock time. So if anybody need to leave at 8, feel free to do so. But you can do mine last, just to make sure that everyone had their website reviewed before me.
Okay, so I guess that, and
You
I've
can
spoken.
start with Carol first then, because she has to leave at 7:55.
Okay, so spoken to Carol a little bit, and let me go over to Carol's website.
And Mo
Um,
said she has to leave at 8. So yeah,
yeah, we'll
I
have
think
plenty
I
of
think you'll
time.
be able, you can do mine last.
Okay, okay. So I have all three of your websites, and I'd love to spend about 5 minutes with each of you. And as Rini said, we're gonna go to Carol, and then to Mo, and then to Rini.
Okay, sounds good.
So, um, Carol, I know we were talking before about your website, and Carol, can you tell me and this looks like a sales page for your retreat,
Yes.
and you're based in San Diego area. Who is your ideal client for this?
Well, ideally, I guess I just said it. Ideally, the ideal client is a, it could be a successful businesswoman who is so focused. Her energy is so focused on business. She does have a family, so she's very intense with her business. She's very successful.
Mhm.
She's financially successful also.
Mhm.
Her family is very dear to her, so she goes all out for her family,
Mhm.
and she pretty much forgets herself. She puts herself way behind. I mean, she may even have other endeavors such as community work, to boost her profile. And she has perhaps some weight gain, or she's not feeling the energy. She may be on the verge of burnout, or she may be burnt out. So
Yeah.
you need to
Okay.
that.
So yeah, running around for everybody else and forgetting themselves. And so I can understand why you went with this title, Revitalize Your Radiance and Joy. But I think that we could maybe update that title to go from sort of pain to pleasure, burnout to feeling amazing and joyful, right? And I know we've talked about other retreat titles for you in the past, like you had the Abundant Woman, where you went to the
Costa
Costa Rica, right? So maybe a symbolic title like that with a subtitle of like Revitalize Your Joy, Energy, Flow, all that, those urgent wants in that title.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would change up. And here you want to, I like these questions, but here you kind of want to sum up what that experience is and what that will get them in 1 or 2 sentences. And then, yes, I love the questions. Are you a woman who is juggling too much and feels ready to get off the treadmill? Yes, so that's a good question. You want to get, like you have here, a few questions to kind of get a yes. Maybe go more pointed. Have you stopped doing activities that you love? How about when was the last time you did something you love, right? Um, have you, that's great. Has your self-care been consistent or neglected? So we all know about self-care, right? But what does the self-care get us to? It makes us feel magnetic. It makes us feel feminine. It makes us feel all these things. So you want to ask, when did they last feel that feminine and beautiful, right? And self-care helps them to get there, but we need to kind of bring those urgent wants to the top. And I know, and then here you jump right into the the beautiful retreat space, right? But I think as we were talking about, a successful woman can just go to Hawaii, can just go to the spa. Like they live in San Diego, right? So why here I would maybe sell not just the place, the surrounding, but the transformation that they're going to have in those 6 days, right? And I know you're talking about before, like your ideal client who lives in San Diego, and then the people that you want to reach that live in other cities. Is that right?
Yes, I'd love to reach people in LA, Orange County, and any place that's driving distance to San Diego.
Yeah, so that might be a draw for them, but the people in San Diego, right, who are already living in paradise might relate more to the transformation that you're going to bring them. So that permanent sense of lasting joy, letting go of the things that are holding them back, learning to put themselves on the list, right? And it's not just this beautiful place that they're going to be in, they're going to see you. So what are you bringing to the table? And you've got the inner light. Again, what is the commitment to self-care get us, right? Mm-hmm. The radiance, the beauty. Yeah, and why do we need to be in an environment? Maybe we need to come away from our busy lives and kind of reset ourselves. So top 5 reasons. So I would list these right on top.
Mm.
So you just boom, 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 so that you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think let me just, I know we spoke a little bit before. Yeah, and I think just getting to those deep deeper essences
Mhm.
of what makes you you, and representing that on the page is really key. And just I would just be very direct. So um the language here is the key to change, like, the copy. Um and it just that's part of it. So like there's 5 common mistakes. There's the look, the language, consistency, vibe, and tools of the trade, which we'll go over. But don't forget to just to go for it in the copy. Um and I know we spoke a lot yesterday about this site, so just trying to recall any points that we didn't. So the title would be good, and then just to hit those urgent wants and to find what would be for your ideal client. Um, why San Diego? What's that transformation that they're trying to get?
Uh,
Um, yeah. Any other feedback there? Yeah, but otherwise the look is nice. You've got the pictures. Art workshop. What is art going to help us do? Is it going to help us be more creative, more inspired? What is the yoga going to help us do?
mhm.
Do we need to infuse, the transformation into our embodied area? And that's why we do yoga, right? Because I could do yoga anytime. I could go to the gym and go do yoga.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of what I would do. Anything else, Carol, that we didn't cover that you remember?
Mm, let me see. Well, so I do have some nice copy about the art workshop there, but would you recommend perhaps a different format where the points, so as I have 3, 4 paragraphs there,
Mhm.
perhaps it's too long, or perhaps it should be bulleted, or what would you
Yeah,
say?
bullet points is always nice. I just want to see 1, 2, 3, what the key is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think that's good. Um, Mo, you look like you're very eager there.
So Ezra, are you saying
Yeah.
that you would do the summary first, with the bullet points, and then you expand on each bullet point? And I think the thing that I got from you is that you want to emphasize the results, the
Yeah.
transformation. Like,
Yes.
what do you get out of this? Like, what
Yeah.
would your end results, right?
Right. Exactly. Because Carol's client can easily go on a vacation or a spa day or whatever, and that would be it. And that's, how is this going to this retreat with Carol different than me going to Hawaii or the Four Seasons again, given that I'm a successful person. Yeah.
Ezra, so I do have the like a section that's what's included.
Okay.
Perhaps that goes at the right there. By the end of the retreat, you will have. So perhaps that should be featured first, or given more prominence in an earlier section.
Yeah. And what you want to say is like, isn't it time to
Oh,
deepen commitment? Isn't it time to magnify your inner light? Isn't it time to be attracting what you want versus what everybody else wants? Right? Like really point, yeah, much bigger
so give
result
it an urgency
and
also.
urgency.
Yeah.
Yes, especially because you're in the yoga and relax and beautiful environment. You really kind of got to hit them with the results.
Yeah.
That's what they want. Yeah.
Okay. So the
Okay.
results right up front.
Right up front, really. And I think I did send you that other retreat page that I had,
Didn't get a chance to look at it yet, but I will.
but we can all look at that together now, quick. And then before we go to Mo, um, so hang on. So this is one of previous client also doing a retreat. You can just see how that's So here's another treat. And we start with a video, right? Of what that is. And here it's like, boom, boom, boom. This is what we're doing in a really succinct way. Transformative discovery, reignite joy and passion, living on your terms, right? That's what we want right away. And then yes, they sold the destination because it is Spain, it's abroad, right? That's a draw. And then who is it for? And what I love this is what you need to do, right? These are the transformations, these are the results. And then more, information about the retreat and the benefits, right? And the venue and all of that. And the pricing. So the more logical it gets towards the end. More emotion at the top, logical in the end. Okay. Sorry, do you feel like you're satiated, Carol, between our conversations and today?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Very enlightening.
So Mo, here we go.
I was like, I look eager. I always look eager. It's just my look, Ezra.
Okay.
I forgot I put makeup on though. I rub my eye. I'm like, oh God.
I'm gonna sit. So here, it's a little bit like ads, like, oh, this is a pop-up ad, and
I
someone's selling
know.
weight
It's
loss, right?
yeah,
It just
the-
jumped right on me.
right, right.
And what I would love to see, and I just met you a few times in these groups, is that
Uh-huh.
there's such a beauty and a strength and a joy and an elegance, right, that you bring.
Okay.
And we would love to see that right away,
Okay.
right? That life. So like, yes, I understand that you were a mom and that, you tell your story really well here. The transformation, I can definitely see A to B where you're going. But once people are in that world of, yes, I have this great body, yes, I am fit, what does that life feel like, right?
Mhm.
And what does it
Yeah.
look like, right? What has that empowered you to do? And I love to see that in the images. And yes,
Right.
before and after are very powerful.
Yeah.
Just kind of hits you like, oh, is this a pop-up ad? Like, where did I come into? Right? And
Are you talking about the actual pop-up for my newsletter, or are you talking
this
about
homepage
this?
is giving me very like a pop-up ad vibe.
Okay, yeah. Just
Yeah,
the homepage. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. So we want to just create more of a world,
Right.
Then yes, you lost the weight, which is beautiful. You got a beautiful body. I see that. But what does that help you to achieve and
Right.
to outline that? So what do you think
Ooh.
things are?
Um, well, confidence.
Uh,
And for me, even it's funny because in my weight loss group, we don't talk about weight.
Good.
It's like the last thing we talk about. We talk about how they're feeling empowered and how they feel calm and how they, are navigating problems better. And that comes from better health. And I mean, these are the things I've experienced and that and now they're experiencing as well. So that, I mean, I have my very first client. She is completely transformed after 18 months. You wouldn't even recognize her. So I know testimonials. What are your thoughts on testimonials? This so needs to be overhauled. That's why I jumped on this because I know my
Testimonial.
ex-husband actually put this together originally, and I'm just kind of trying to rearrange things, but I think it just a complete overhaul.
Yeah, it is a little dated, with the orange and everything, but that's what you want to sell, that transformation that your clients
So
need.
Ezra, are you saying in the beginning, instead of this testimonial is very powerful, the 2008, 2019, and the differences between the two. But you're saying to highlight the results first, like in the beginning, just like a summary of, a
Yeah.
summary of results.
Yes. So there's two aspects to this, right? Is
Mhm.
the tangible and intangible. So what Rini is saying is tangible. Yes, I
Right.
want to see results. Yes, I want to see testimonials. Yes, I want to see this before and after. But what I'm getting at is an intangible, right?
Yeah.
What is, how do I feel when I lose the weight? What is the world that Mo is inviting me into?
Right.
How is this
Right.
different from Jenny Craig or curves or whatever else that I've tried to get the results? And that's kind of what you want to articulate
Yeah.
through images, right?
It's like how to differentiate, like why do you want to do it with Mo instead
Yes,
of somebody
yeah.
else who another health coach?
Your differentiator and your origin story. So it's such
Yeah.
an important key to remember. And I'll just kind of show you, I mean, these aren't weight loss websites, but they're websites that I've worked on. We'll go with so Dr. Shlian is a Christian speaker, and her headline is "It's Your Time, Your Unshakable Faith." And it's for Christian women who are, going to church every day, doing the Sunday school, very involved in the community, but they've kind of lost, like Carol's client, themselves in a certain way. And maybe for
Mhm.
you, probably gained a lot of weight and neglected a lot of their health,
Yeah.
right? And we want to start out with like, what's like these questions to get them thinking about that.
Right.
Who's
So
my
what do they get
significant
from a
other?
healthier lifestyle?
Yeah, like where is, and she's very specific, like, I'm hearing the sermon, but I'm not hearing the way to connect to God really. Well, Dr. Shirley's got the tools. So it's like
Yeah.
your context, you know,
Oh, yeah, that's great.
and
Yeah, because yeah, I
yeah.
get it.
And when Dr. Shirley's mom, who's 90 years old, saw this website, she's like, that's you, Shirley. That's who you are. So you want to have
Right.
like effect. And yes, talk about the services, but there's a bigger essence here, right? Than just
Yeah.
I want to talk to God and read my Bible, right? There's just kind of hinting through the images. There's more out there. And she sold herself as a speaker. Another example I'm working on. So a psychologist, right? We're living an awe-inspired life. Like this is what we want. We don't just want therapy and coaching. We want to live this life that this person is telling us about,
Right.
and the bio and who you are, like right up front, right?
Mhm.
That homepage is like kind of the headline of who you are and what you offer and the position that your client is in. And that's what it has to be articulated right
Yeah.
up front. And then you can get into like services and coaching and stuff like that. But there's like an ethos that
Yeah.
can be conveyed, right?
I had a video. Is it still on there? This is how I need to, 'cause people say you don't need to worry about your website. So I was like, okay, so I forget about it. But it is.
Yes.
If you're gonna direct people to your website, it's kind of a big deal. So is my video still on there? Because I had a video. If you
No.
scroll down, maybe I took it out because it just annoyed me. I think I took it
Yes.
out.
Oh,
Oh,
here
there
it is.
it is. That's
So
it.
you
Yeah.
got right up front, at the top, maybe. Uh,
Yeah. I just
big headline.
I
Maybe
need
it's
to yeah.
oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. Because I redid a reel, so maybe I should replace that. I did a
Yeah.
much better one. That was just more my energy. This was done for me, and
Right.
it's
Or just
just
a big, beautiful photograph of you, right?
yeah,
Like showcasing that. And that's who we were going to work with to lose this weight is Mo, right? So
yeah,
that's something a big draw could be. And then like an invitation of what their life is like now and what it could be, right?
yeah,
Where you were. And then, just keeping it current. So I noticed the blogs, some of this is in 2019, so you want to keep that up. Yeah, being current, but definitely just the overall ethos of what
yeah.
activate.
And hitting the pain points.
Yeah. And then you can get to the tangible, like Renee was saying, here are the results.
Yeah,
But right, to have like an overall image. And that's what I do as a brand consultant, is like find that core essence that we can distill even before we put anything out. And I'll show you a tool that we can do that after we talk with Rini.
Okay.
So Mo, is there anything else that
Do you
you
think
would?
a video or an image would be better too when people open?
I would make the hero either an image of you, like a nice professional photograph of you,
Mhm.
and you need that headline, the tagline headline of what this is about, a lot,
Yeah.
which takes time to think about,
Yeah.
because it's more than 65 pounds, right? Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we want, but where is that getting us to? And how would you
Yes.
describe that world that makes it feel like, oh yeah, Mo,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
Forbes, not Jenny Craig, not any of that.
Right.
And then, yeah, then you could, start featuring, beautiful photos of what that's empowered people to do, where people are coming from, the testimonials, all of that can kind of follow.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that's
Well, that
great.
stuff right there that says break free from the roller coaster and embrace lasting weight loss. Is that a headline? Can that be a headline or?
Yeah, so I would be the subline, break from roller coaster and embrace lasting weight loss, but there's a bigger, more
There is
succinct
bigger. That's
picture.
why I never want to be called a weight loss coach,
Exactly.
because it's to me, it's always so superficial. It's important,
Yeah.
we do worry about our weight, but it's not the fact that my clients lost 45 pounds, doing it the correct way through lifestyle and healthy eating, but that she's no longer diabetic. I mean, that to me is the huge accomplishment here. And she just feels so free, from all
Yeah.
those worries.
The
So
vitality, right? So, and you said free. So
yeah,
what images show us free? And like, is it you like stretching out your arms wide and you're feeling amazing, right?
that's in
Um,
my other video.
maybe the headline is something about freedom.
Yeah. That's my word this
Away
that's
from-
my word this year is freedom, because that's how I feel. I'm so unencumbered by so many things that I would carry with me for so
yeah.
long.
Yes.
So,
So I would say, does this say freedom to you? Does this website
good
freedom?
question.
So what are the images and copy that we can convey that message, right? And then
Yes,
yeah, then you go through the tangible, which is, what are your services? What are the results?
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So just allow yourself to think about that
Yeah.
vibe,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I love to empower women and seeing them come into their power. So I want to learn how to best facilitate that to get them from where they are. Because, like I always say, you wouldn't recognize me 5 years ago. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
it's so yeah. So incorporating that, I think that'll be.
Popping to mind right now is that Live Strong campaign. I mean, we all know Lance Armstrong wasn't like the greatest role, but that campaign was amazing, right?
Yeah, I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, So,
Right.
and actually that was so impactful. The funny, because I have a picture of me running down St. Pete's Beach with my arms wide open. I'm running towards my sister. She took this picture after I went for a run, and I'm wearing a Live Strong shirt that she gave me because she was
Oh,
really big into that. So
yeah.
it's so that might be a good image to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So like, what is Mo's version of Live Strong?
Yeah.
If you were to get Oprah ready, if Oprah saw this today, right?
Mhm.
Oprah's gonna put you on her couch tomorrow. Like, what would we
Yeah.
need to change to convey that message?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, of
That's great. Thank you, Ezra.
course. Okay,
It's
Rennie.
awesome.
All right. Um, so let's go to Rennie. So it's
Well,
actually
full disclosure, I don't have a website and I'm not a professional. So
okay, Rennie. That's okay, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We start where we are, and you've already what I want to talk about. I wanted to bring up because we were talking about, the different social media channels and the different things that you need to be successful on social media. And you've already kind of covered them. So Facebook is a great place to build community. And you can see that through the 361 members that are on here. Okay. Facebook can be your kind of a brag sheet. So if you've accomplished different things, you're going to a different conference, different things, is a great place to put it. And we like to see live photos. Instagram, this is for you if you like creating little mini productions. You like to film and create little short stories and really get into that. And I would say if it's not for you if you don't like that at all. It's a great place to do kind of behind the scenes looks and do really personal things. And there's also a language of like the hooks of like, top 10 ways to lose weight now, or, all that kind of thing. And LinkedIn is definitely, a professional place where you want to be at least posting once a week. That actually makes you the top 1% of creators on LinkedIn. It's kind of like the Wild West. There's so much opportunity there. And to try out your material, aha moments, put those on LinkedIn. And if those work, you can put them into other channels.
Yeah, right now I'm not doing any other channel.
Yeah.
I feel like my group, the age group that in this group, they're mostly using Facebook, not Instagram or LinkedIn. I just have not pursued it
Yes.
because I was just it's
And
such
that's
a
okay.
yeah, such an informal group that we use a lot of it is in the chat, in the
Yeah.
messenger chat,
Yes.
the
And
communication.
that's why Facebook is the best place for a community, which you've already built and you're already doing. I'm just mentioning the others in case, we talked about the other channels. So there's 5 common mistakes, and what Rini is doing is actually taking care of one of them, which is consistency. Rini is a very consistent person. There's not one week where we're going to miss the talk. There's not one week that there isn't a post about it. It's very, very consistent. And just being that takes care a lot of things. To feel that safe container that Rini is talking about, that consistency has to be there. And so if people are feeling safe to trust you on their weight loss journey or what have you, that has to be a safe container. One thing I want to talk about, just going back to, sorry, I pulled up some images, Rini, of your, just trying to find.
My quote? What are you looking for?
I am finding just my place in my PowerPoint here, where I pulled some images from the group. Bear with me here.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
Hey. So here we want to talk about another thing called visual consistency, right? So
Mhm.
our headline image here is the Women's Coffee Club, and it's very cute. It's nice, it's warm, it's got the cookies and um, the hot chocolate and all of that. Is that the feeling, Rini, that you would say that you want to convey, or does this feel like coffee with your friend when we come and gather here today?
That's what I thought, but
Okay, that's what you thought.
you tell me you feel like it's too girly kind of thing, like for a younger for a you feel like it should be something more.
I mean, I think my experience of the group is I do come away feeling very empowered and I inspired by different ideas, right? And I do feel the sense of community. I don't know if I get the girly vibes though, right?
Yeah.
That I'm shopping with my mom at the mall and we're having ice cream together. I think this is,
So
I
I
get a
need to change. So, but right now people are familiar with this, that this is the branding for the women's coffee. People actually they're familiar with this. So if I change it, is that going to be a shocker or what? It's like, oh, I'm going to the wrong side.
I don't actually think so because when I look at coffee up here, right? But I'm also looking at the images that are putting out through the post, and they're all so different. So I've got the pink and the warm, fuzzy, curly, coffee, and I've got here this bold statement. Don't wait for the perfect moment, Rennie. Take the moment and make it perfect, which is sort
Well,
of
I just copy those. Those are
yes,
not mine.
yes. So like where and I've got here different, I've got a wave here, I've got a sandcastle here, I've got a clock. So that there's that visual consistency. But
These are people posting stuff,
yes,
members.
yes. So what we need is the voice of really Rinny. Rinny, why did you start this? I know you wrote that book. I'd love to hear some ideas that you got there, right? So how do we keep sort of a collective voice as part of the group versus like here's what everybody posted, right? And then getting lost in the feed of Amanda's thing and the circle of light thing and someone's telling me about weight loss over here. So just thinking about ways that could be more visually consistent. And I'll just scroll through the feed. What are your thoughts about that, Renee?
How do you that I was gonna change the image of the every time I post, I make an announcement, I use that little heading coffee club, which is different than
Mm-hmm.
the brand that I had on my the banner.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about changing that to make it more the color theme to be more, but then you're saying this again, I just took this picture from somewhere. It wasn't my
Totally.
original
And we all
anything.
start, it's totally fine. I'm just
But
wondering if it's really what
yeah,
we're trying to convey, right? Or is it something else? Um, and yeah, maybe if we're saying a sisterhood supporting one another, a safe space to grow. Sisterhood. I'd love to see the sisters. Who is giving this talk about branding? Well, that's Ezra. Who's giving this talk about romance? Let's see her face. You know, um, I know you wrote a book, Rainey. Tell me about that book.
so how about all these quote that I just copied from?
Yeah, so I would say I would love to hear, yes, you can put in some empowering quotes, but I would love to see it done in the way the Women's Coffee Club, the way that would look. What are the images for the Women's Coffee Club? And that could be nature, like one theme throughout. That could be nature, that could be the faces of women, could be different things. And even on a deeper level, like what are the ideas that um, would are essential to the club or essential to you as the founder? And I just want to show this other tool because I think everyone can benefit from it. So visual consistency, like choosing a theme. Share. So I want to share this brand formula, which I do for every one of my clients. And I will just use Marianne Williamson because I just feel like everybody knows her. So the vision was to teach the world to create miracles, right? Renew, I think we talked about like maybe you have a vision, right? What is your vision for the group?
I want to help women. This is a way to give back and to empower and to basically to share and inspire each other. That was really my vision.
Yeah. To share
This
and
is
inspire. Okay. To
to
share.
inspire,
Mhm.
to lift each other up.
Yes, yes. So to lift each other up. So and I think the essence of you is that solid, consistent foundation, right? Um, what would you say is the personality of Rinny? If anyone wants to jump in, anyone want to say what essence either the coffee club or you get from Rinny?
I think it's she's confident, she's secure,
Mhm.
kind,
Mhm.
uh, and very knowledgeable.
Yeah, definitely. And
Supportive, definitely supportive and empowering and uplifting.
mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
And very consistent.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
and organized.
Totally. Totally. That's totally Rinny.
Mm.
Suzanne put welcoming in the chat, and that's a good one.
Right. And the
Thank you all.
yeah. And who is this for? Who is Rinny for? It seems like most of you are solo entrepreneurs. You've got gifts to share, right? And what is this coffee club doing for you? Why do you keep coming back? Anyone want to yell anything out?
It's well, it's supportive, but Rini, she's connecting so many people. You're a connector. I've had really powerful connectors in my life, and they're not to be underestimated, because when you look back and you see how things have come together, like Lachelle got me into this group and I met her through another group. She's another connector. And to understand that it all comes on a vibrational frequency, that is why we're drawn here, that's why we come here. So you're creating this energetic field that like-minded people from all walks of life, all different businesses can come and connect in a very meaningful way and share your gifts and talents without feeling that you're being sold to, but just being a sharing of knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's a real gift. I am not great at building community, but I'm great at being part of one. So,
Right.
so
So I
recognize
love that idea of inspired community, meaningful connection. Maybe that's the brand idea, is the meaningful connection, right? So
Yeah.
I would encourage everyone to like fill that out for themselves: vision, essence, personality, positioning, and brand idea. Positioning is just who you are and who you're for and what you do, right? And then you take this formula and you say, okay, I've got that. Does this coffee club image convey that? And I think that's one
Wow.
powerful cup of coffee, right? So like, yeah. So what might be an image that feels more empowering? And because Rini, you're the founder, you have kind of control over that, right? So these are just interesting questions that are to think about on your online presence. You want to be consistent, which Rini is. You want that visual continuity, similar kinds of images all the time, whether it's a pink coffee cup or a freedom kind of a thing. You want your individual voice and perspective to come through. So how are you different than Jenny Craig? How are you different than the astrologer down the street? And then you want to use, the tools of the trade. Okay. So like there's a way to appear on Facebook. There's a way to appear on LinkedIn. You can do that by looking at the other creators and what they're doing and using those tools. And then just get really context specific, and I'll just close because I know we don't have a whole lot of time. But if you would like to have a diagnostic, just me and you one-on-one, and happy to break that down. It's absolutely free. And we can, distill your core and make decisions on how you want to move forward. I do custom work for every single person. I respect that much myself as a creator, not to create the same cookie cutter thing for everyone. And yeah, I just really have a heart for solo entrepreneurs. I don't think you need to go to Madison Avenue to get, an amazing brand for yourself. So if you'd like to,
We'll take
get
that up, Ezra. Thank you so much.
totally, let me know. And just,
I will. I know this is almost 8 o'clock, 4 more
yeah.
minutes. So for those of you who needs to leave, I know some of you already indicated you need to leave. Feel free to do so. Suzanne has her hands up. Suzanne, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ezra, I'm very interested, particularly because I have a website for my
Mhm.
Ask Me Bridge Builders, but everybody keeps telling me that my mobile conversion is really off, and I think it's the way I put in my team leaders, and I kept moving it around. I use Wix to create the website.
Yeah.
And every time I added a repetitive section, for some reason, the mobile conversion is really off. So I would love to connect with you to see if I can fix the mobile conversion.
Definitely. It's something we can look into. Definitely want to make sure you're converting to sales and leads and all that.
Exactly, because everyone says, "Oh, your mobile doesn't work." I'm like, I know, I know. Go to the laptop because the mobile is a mess. But the laptop, I'm really kind of proud of.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll look into that.
Thank you. I
Sure.
will connect.
Yeah, and I'll just leave my um
I think they have your email address. You have a different way to connect with you, or just send an email.
Send an email. These are the people I've worked with before. But yeah, there's my info up there.
Okay.
Yeah, and thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.
And Jane, go ahead.
Oh yeah, whoops, oh yeah, I am off. Mute. I was just going to ask how to best get a hold of you, because I would be very interested in talking to you, Ezra. It's a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. Thank you.
Yeah, I will post her email again. I think in the announcement, her email is listed there.
Okay.
But I will
Beautiful.
post that email again on the chat, on the Facebook chat,
Beautiful.
so that you can connect with Ezra after this meeting. But Ezra, this is wonderful. Anything else, Jane, you want to say, or you're good?
No, I am good. I am going to connect with you. Is today good, or is tomorrow better?
I'm open today. I'll look at my calendar and send you some time. Send me an email and then I'll
Beautiful.
write on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there.
All right.
Thanks
Good.
so
Hey,
much.
hey, Jane, can you respond to that email? Edit emails. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a separate subject. Since you're here.
Yeah.
And Angie, your comment.
I love it. I love the way, Ezra, you put it so calm and so creative and so so kind, because us little women solopreneurs, we all have, or most of us have, website shame, and you just totally just carry us, and it's good, and we can make it even better. So I love it. I love it. I'll definitely save your email.
Okay.
For when it's time. It's not time for me now because I'm in the process of recreating.
Sure.
But I love the way you do it, and I can see the creativity. There's great talent there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Tamara, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I thought this was wonderful. Lots of great information. I have like 5 pages of notes. So, so I'm gonna go back, rewatch it, and take some more. So I would definitely be contacting you about my website.
Okay. Wonderful.
That's awesome. Thank you, Tamara. Omeka.
Yeah, hey, sorry, I was moving around the whole time. Hopefully you are putting the people that are talking on spotlight and not everyone. I knew you were doing the everyone thing before, but like, I think we need the spotlight person, just so we can focus and stop looking at each other. I don't know. I haven't looked at one of your videos in a while. Replaced. Yeah, that was great. I just needed to see different websites and different ideas. And Ezra, that was, yeah, so many tips, and the fact that you've worked with people that are so successful, and yeah, I like that. You do have like a calm kind of helpful, knowledgeable vibe and information to really help people. I mean, you only talk to people for a couple of minutes, and people got women got something out of it. So thank you. I have a link tree which is packed. So yeah, it just reminds me that I have to go back and look at things, and like, what am I really representing, and who am I, and who is my audience? I mean, I've heard it a million times, but like, okay,
Yeah.
can we hone in on who who my avatar is, and all of that, whatever words, but who's my audience, and who am I serving, and who am I, and how am I portraying myself into the world, and what is my purpose, and how am I serving? What are my products and services?
Yep. Who am
And
I?
I have them like all over the place in like 10 different places. And like, okay,
Mhm.
what are you focusing on? And I'm still like, well, I'm a caregiver, I'm a drummer, I'm a healer. I'm like, well, what are you doing with that? We know you're caregiving every day. You don't have a choice. It's like being a mother. You're a mother, I guess you can abandon your children, but you're um and yeah, I help people with wealth and legacy building, and so yeah, I looked at a website in the morning. I just woke up and I was like, I have no kids, I have no legacy. My friend said something like that to me. I was like, no, that ain't true. And I've already helped people be vegan and change their lives and heal and do all kind of things and just bring joy into people's lives. So just bringing all that together.
Yeah.
I'm going to think about this and read it again, and maybe call you or something. But yeah, it's
Okay.
time to put it all together. So thank you.
Who am I? What is my legacy? That's the question. That's the question. Yeah.
Thank you, Omeka. Ezra, this has been very, very, very helpful. I love it. You're clear. You're like, some of you ladies already said, calm and kind of go through it, and it's making sense to me. I need to go back because I really wasn't thinking much. I'm just gonna create a coffee club, and we didn't just took whatever was there, and didn't really didn't have all this knowledge either. So thank
Right.
you.
And
Yeah.
it's a great,
So go ahead,
it's just,
Ezra.
it's just a great springboard for more, to take what the seed that you planted and to really bloom it and farm it into something beautiful and reach even more women, and even just make it even better for the people in this group, just for the women
Sounds
here.
good. That's perfect. Thank you so much for your your willingness to share the information that is really very valuable for all of us here. So thank you, Ezra. Next week, Kim Rackham will be speaking about the power of surrendered feelings, vitality, energize, immunity, and beyond. So come back again next week. With that, we already passed the hour. So have a great week, have a great day, have a great weekend, and hope to see all of you next week. Thank you again, Ezra.
Thank you. See y'all soon.
Thank you,
Bye-bye, all.
Okay.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you. Bye-bye.